This week I am doing a little adventure series, and I made it out to East Otto. Now I'm looking around. This seems like this is a spot where somebody put their tent before. Drive about a half hour from Camp Seneca. You can find yourself at one of my favorite places in the world, Allegany State Park. And I'm over at the Red House area. Decided to get on the bike, take a ride around Red House. One of my other videos, you'll see something very similar. I'm not going to rehash the entire thing, but here I am for a little bike ride at Red House, Allegany State Park. In my last video, I was standing right in this spot, showing a sign about the new construction going through, and clearly they have made a new bike path that I'm going to have to try and explore here. So since the last time I was here, they have completed a project where they actually put all new paving in through the whole bike system on the Red House area. So that is a big improvement since just fall when I was here last year. Maybe they want to do the tennis courts next. Those are in pretty rough shape. I don't think too many people play tennis anymore though. So I'm going to flip this around here. Pretty handy driving skills. Probably a little bit of wind, so I'm going to slow her down. But you can see it's all nice new paving. And I'm heading over to Bee Hunter right now. One of my usual treks through here. I'm going to hit Bee Hunter. Maybe I'll take a ride up to the top, then go across and make my usual loop, and we'll pick up again. Okay, so I took a quick stop to get my phone ready and take this little quick short ride here through the backside of Red House. And a gentleman named Mike stopped and said hello. First thing he said to me was, "You look familiar." I was like, man, if I had $1 million for every time someone said that. But just taking a little cruise through the back here, taking it nice and slow. And I think the next thing we're going to do is have a little lunch back at the car. I managed to get some breakfast at one of the local places, had a little coffee, and I think we're going to head west and stop at one more place, one more destination. It was awesome that I really got the time to stop here at Allegany, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get more biking in. So it's fun to get a ride through Allegany State Park. These are some of my favorite trails to ride, and we'll see where we're going to head up next. Haven't figured it out. There was so much footage from this trip that I made this a part 2. Well, I'm excited to say I made it out to the Chautauqua Gorge State Forest. Took me 5 times to say that. And I actually have the same site that I had last year, and what happened last year was I ran out of footage because something happened with my camera, and I lost a bunch of things. So maybe we'll get to make that up a little bit. And I, for now, took my site from last time, and actually someone must have just left because the fire pit is still smoking. So I'm really excited that I found my last final destination for this road trip. I'm gonna have a little bit of firewood to get me started. A massive fire pit of hot coals I can cook my dinner on. So last night I didn't get to cook anything because I didn't have a fire. So tonight will not be the same story. So I'm very excited about that. We're gonna take a quick walk through and see what other shelters are open, just maybe for the heck of it. Maybe I want to change it up, but I have a feeling I just want to stay right here. These are some of the day use shelters that they have here at Chautauqua Gorge. And there's a nice trail, leads right into the woods right there. You can see there's one right in the middle. And then if you go further, I know there's at least another one on the right. And it's basically just day camping areas. And you can start your own fire, have a little lunch. It's really beautiful. Okay, well, the last time I was here, it's suspected I may have actually gotten bitten by a tick. So I am not going to leave that up to chance this time before I go into these beautiful woods and get my tent set up, which I decided the first thing I'm going to do. I am actually going to tent camp tonight. I'm going to get that set up, and then I'm going to do some biking. I figured get the tent set up, and then the biking will leave more energy for that. Now this is a camping spot. Tonight I will be by this gentle stream. That is the spot. See you in a minute. And just like that, we have a spot for the night. Similar setup with this framing I've used before, but putting the tent inside this time. If it was going to rain, I would put a tarp over the top. So I came over to the fire pit and started moving things around, and I just got to thank the people before me, despite leaving this little chunk of tinfoil. They left a massive bed of coals. I mean, they must have been burning all weekend. And I am going to cook on that in just a few minutes. And probably tomorrow. It's amazing. Big, deep bed of hot coals. Heck yeah. Looks like we are doing breakfast for dinner tonight. Who doesn't love that? Got the grill, the pan heating up. Toasty, toasty. If you've never used Bisquick for your pancakes, I highly recommend it. Has a flavor and fluff of its own. And I am making it in this special mug today. Giving her a mix up. And we'll have some pancakes in a bit. Listen to that sizzle. Got a couple of hot dogs. When you're camping, you just got to use everything up. And here's the view out the window of the tent tonight. Nice running stream. Should be a nice quiet evening. I took a walk down to campsite 6, which I've done in the past, but I've never wandered into these woods before. And the gorge is down below me. And I wandered out onto a little precipice, if you want to call that. And that way is a huge drop. That way is a huge drop. And that way is a huge drop. So every angle, except for going up this hill again, has got these big drop-offs. Yeah. They should probably have this marked. I'll take a walk back up this. Take a look at this. Way down. I don't know if the camera is really giving a... You know, these are roots to worry about. But here is campsite 6. I'm walking up on that. And the parking lot that I came in from is still up ahead. Like I'm doing this one in reverse. This is the very last site before you get to the entrance to the gorge. It's nice and wide open. It's beautiful. It's got the big gorge right over here, running next to it. And right up this way is the entrance that I originally came in from. And this is the end of the parking lot where you can park to go down to the gorge if you like. Oh, the sign is down there. The gorge trail looks very muddy. I don't think I'm going to be attempting that this week. Man, it's really wet. But this here is the west side overland trail. And I rode my e-bike through here before. And I have both my bikes and it was really fun. So we'll jump into that tomorrow. I'm going to take it easy the rest of the day today, see if I can collect a little more wood. And have a nice night camping by that stream down there. Well, this day is winding down, and I'm getting ready to start a fire up. And we're going to have the first fire of my own on this little trip. So, yeah, it's been pretty exciting. Started out with a friend of mine out at Spraguebrook on Thursday night. Friday night was East Otto. Saturday night was Little Rock City, and here we are tonight in just outside Mayville at the Chautauqua Gorge area. So it's been pretty awesome. Tomorrow I'm going to hope to get some biking in on that trail I mentioned earlier, and we'll get a fire going in here a little bit. But man, what a trip it's been. Well, it took a little while for this one to start up, but it smoldered for about 30 minutes till I came over and gave it a little oxygen and finally took off. Just in time. It's 9:40. I'll let this burn for a little while, chill out, get a good night's rest. Well, good morning, everyone. Having some issues getting my coffee going this morning, so I put the pan up on the fire pit here to get it heated up, see if it would get warm enough to make breakfast, which I checked it a little while ago and it was smoking hot. So I decided that maybe it would be a good way to collect heat and see if I can get this water bubbling and boiling inside this coffee maker. And I guess we'll see how it goes. So today is going to be the last day here at our campsite here. Probably going to call this this trip a wrap. And it's been awesome. I did more than I expected, even stopping at Allegany for a little biking. And man, it's been a relaxing little trip. Got some really good campsites along the way. Dealt with a little bit of rain, but yesterday was beautiful, so that really made up for it. Today's going to be overcast, and I believe might be a little bit of rain later in the day, into the overnight, but I'm going to spend one extra night and call it a wrap in the morning. So we'll see what today has to offer. I'm going to get some biking going. Maybe I'll show you guys a little bit of that trail in a little bit, and also if I get this coffee going. I walked away for a minute and we have, oh yes, success. Oh, morning coffee. That's using my head for something besides wearing my hat. Now we have to try some pancakes on here. Put some butter on, using my little mug. We're going to go for one big giant pancake. Okay, we got our batter in there. Started some green peppers up, and I'm going to do some eggs. As soon as we see those bubbles start to form, everybody knows Pancake 101, time to flip. In the meantime, I'm going to try to clean up my mug and get that coffee so I can have a little morning drink. Now I'm just going to clean up my mug so I can have some of my morning coffee. It's going to be good. Okay, I admit My pancake is far from perfect, but there is a pretty nice camping breakfast. So good morning to everyone. Today's activity is going to be a bike ride on this overland trail. I stopped here real quick because there's these interesting little pull-offs where you can actually camp. And camping is pretty much open 150 feet from the street. So you can come into the woods anywhere and pick your spot. I'm not sure about how the fire pits work, but this one already kind of has a makeshift one made, and gives you something to do besides the normal sights through here. The only thing I can imagine is parking would be a little bit difficult. So unfortunately I don't have a GoPro, otherwise I could film going through this, but it's nice up and down. Some nice hills through here, some whoop-de-doos, and I'm going to take a little ride through here till my battery on my bike gets worn down and then head back. Then the rest of the day we'll probably just chill out by the campsite. Okay, well I lucked out and got a big pile of wood that was left behind by another camper. So tonight's fire is going to be plentiful. And I'm keeping a little day fire going so I'll have something to cook on later today. Got a nice bed of coals going. Hot, hot, hot. So we're going to take a quick walk around now that it's really quiet here and check out some of the shelters. So I figured we'd take a walk around now and show you some of the campsites that probably weren't in the last video, because I think all that really showed up in that last video was, I think, the day camping area and maybe the gorge. So let's head on down. So as you can see, here I am at number 8, which I feel is the best site here. I lucked out this time. I lucked out the last time. I don't know how I got so darn lucky. And this is the beginning, or the entrance, or the main common area for the day camping. There's different ones I showed yesterday. Maintenance workers were here today. They did a very nice job cleaning everything up, mowing the lawn. Some campers left bottles and stuff laying around, unfortunately, and they went through and even picked everything up. They did a beautiful job. So they did what I would be calling a Monday sweep. It's just a beautiful area, this day camping. And I'll take a walk up this way and show the couple of sites that we didn't see yesterday. There is a site here. I don't know what this one is numbered, but it's pretty primitive. It's right off this parking lot, which is a mess. You can see it's all rutted up in spots. But it's a pretty primitive spot, and it's right next to the Johnny on the spot. So it's not a bad one, but not my first preference. Now we're making our way back up to the entrance to the gorge. And here's number 7. Okay, so I don't know how these are numbered, it's odd. This one's number 7, has a nice, pretty deep parking lot. I think I might be able to park my trailer in here if I had to. And as you can see, it has this giant tree conveniently blocking everything. And they keep the rocks there too. There's the fire pit right there. And across the way, we have another site, and this is number 4. And this sinks down. Has a couple nice areas for tents. The fire pit's right in the middle. If you can see those 4 logs there, that's the fire pit. And we're heading back up towards number 5. Okay, and now we're at the top of the parking lot. There may be someone at 6. But here is 5. There's a fire ring. A couple nice spots for tents, probably over on that side. And it's sunk in. It's sunk in off the road a little bit, but pretty nice site. And we're gonna head back down the other way. We saw the other number 6 yesterday. And now we're making our way back up to the main entrance. And here is another campsite right off the road here. I'm trying to see a number. It's got a unique parking spot. You can fit a van, one of those large vans, in this spot right up to here. And I saw someone in there this morning. So it's pretty good size, it's pretty good height. And you got your camping area down here. And I don't see a number on it anywhere. Maybe I passed it. Let's take a look here. No, it's not numbered. So let's see, if mine's 8. Yeah, I'm guessing this is maybe 3. And we're heading back up the road again. And now we are further up the road here. And this is site number 2, so definitely the one down there must be 3. And there's one up top that I'm not going to go visit because it's playing in the woods. And it's nothing but mosquitoes. And quite honestly, it's really not that much to look at. But this one here too is quite similar to 6. And it goes way deep down. I saw people here before with quite a cool setup. And this is a really nice site. The parking up top isn't great. But there's a spot across the street that if you had to, you could use that as well. But this is just a nice, wide open campsite with the trail leading up to the street. So it gives you that, definitely gives you that feeling of being deep in the woods and doing some primitive style camping. Fire pit. And then there's a little drop off over there that you can hear the water. Well, it's 9:15. I think I'm going to wrap it up for the day. Got this nice fire going. Had enough wood left over to make it through the entire evening hours into tonight. Tomorrow morning I'm going to get pretty early and probably head out. So I'll say my last goodbyes then. But until then, have a good night, everyone. Well, good morning, everyone. Managed to get a little fire going for our last morning here. I'll say these fire pits are nice for cooking and certain things, but this particular style is way too deep. I mean, you have to have a hellacious amount of wood to really enjoy the fire. I'm going to see if I can maybe get some coffee going if I feel like sticking around long enough. Otherwise, it's been an awesome journey. I've been to a bunch of different places, which I'll list below. I want to thank everybody for joining along. Please subscribe if you haven't so far. And I noticed these couple plants down here. Let me take a look real quick this morning. I thought these were giant hogweed. I'm not sure what the heck this is. So I'm going to take a couple of pictures of it. And then send it along and figure out what this stuff is. Sitting here by this nice stream one last time, nice and peaceful. That's where my tent was the other night. So thanks for watching, everyone. And please come along for the next adventure. Have a great day.